Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of this altering this Dobsonian to fit in that car. Anyway, what I decided to do is I'm actually going to cut another 5/8 of an inch off the bottom plate because I really don't need an inch and a half overhang type of thing. Half an inch will be fine. So, but what I won't do is and then I'll trim this part off. What I won't do is make this guy any smaller. And the reason is I don't know the balance point. So basically, trying to make this guy more lighter weight and smaller and more compact is one thing. And chopping that part a little bit, because remember, where those holes are is where that guy will sit. So there is a little bit extra that I don't need. But anyway, going back to this guy, my thinking is once I have everything and it's balanced, I'm thinking I could reduce it another, between 1 to 4 inches, but I have to see once I cut everything down, what is the counterbalance option going to be. So for instance, my guess just off the top of my head here is doing this, I might need to put or balance 15 to 20 pounds of counterweight by doing this. Now, that's fine. If I achieve that, I don't mind going to 20 to 25 pound maximum, maybe behind the mirror or on the bottom of the rear cell or something like that. But I really don't want to trade off a couple more inches and make the scope really heavy, like I would have to put a 30-pound counterweight at the back, because then it's just more weight. Does that make sense? So for now, I'm gonna see with the size I have with that, trim that a little, see what I have, then start the tube. Once I have all the tube worked out, then I'll know if what balance point ratio or weight I have to put behind the mirror to make this guy balance. And if it's something like 15 pounds to 18, maybe 20 max, then I might be able to reduce that guy again by another 1 to 2, 3 inches or something like that. Of course, then the weight ratio will be a little bit more. It might make putting 25 pounds back of the mirror, which is fine. I don't want to go more than 25 pounds right now, because again, I'm trading portability for extra weight. Type of thing. So I want to make it somewhat lighter, portable, but not at extreme weight. So we're just going to leave it as is, see where I'm at the end, and then I'll decide a little bit more. Also, I might do one more other thing. Now, this is kind of like a particle board base, and maybe in the winter when things slow down, I don't have as much things to do, I might go buy a really nice piece of hardwood, maybe birch, plywood, 3/4 inch, and that will be much stronger. And then I might just replace this base with that, and then I can varnish it like how I did on another one, or paint it, whatever I want to do, and that will be at least 2 to 3 times stronger and stiffer. And even though the board might be a little bit thicker, it might even be the same weight or even a 1 or 2 pounds lighter, because this particle board sawdust and glue compression is a lot of weight, and sometimes stronger plywood is actually a little bit less weight to it. So I'll think about that maybe during the winter time when things slow down and I don't have as much to do. But right now I'm gonna just alter this base for my needs, and then I'll see in the winter if I have time to do that. Okay, I got my base now. It has just under about 1/4 inch around, which is more than enough. Take off the sharp corners on these two sides. Okay, time maybe to put this together. Okay, so we got the base. This is gonna go like that. It's nice and smooth, and it's right here near the edge. Perfect. And then this is gonna go like that. Of course, I gotta screw it on, but it'll be like that. Okay, looks good. Okay, so I'm ready to put the feet back on, but I do have wood screws, wood deck screws. They're 2.5 inches, and they're gonna go right through. Even if I put like 5 washers, then it'll be okay, but that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna have to get 2-inch screws, but for now I'm just gonna put 1 screw in, temporarily kind of hold it, and then maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll put proper 2-inch screws, 2 in each foot, maybe 3, and that will hold it securely. Okay, we basically have everything put together. The only thing left I have to do is I'm just going to sand these down, and either I'm going to put that plastic part around, or I'm just going to spray paint it white, because look, even this plastic part over here is falling out. They just kind of glue it, so maybe I'll just glue that back. But anyway, fill these extra holes with so you don't see them, weather doesn't get in it. And there we go, we got a full working base right now. Oh, the last thing I gotta do, I forgot to put the Teflon pieces back on, but I haven't fully clamped it down like really tight, but it's basically put together. Let's go weigh it just to get an idea. Just so you guys know, so this guy is roughly 17 and a quarter by 17, and I guess if we do it from the floor with the feet, 18 inches tall. That's with the feet. Let's see how it looks on the floor. Okay, so that's how it looks on the floor, and that's a little bit away from the floor, but at least the feet are a little tall, a little bit less than the wheels, and it's more stronger. So that's what it's going to end up being. It says like 19.5 pounds. Okay, so as you guys saw before, it was 33 pounds and 27 inches tall. Now it's down to 19.5. Let's just call it 20 pounds. Maybe by the time I paint it, fill up the holes everywhere, that might be a couple little ounces or whatever. So let's say 20 pounds. So I reduced it by 13 pounds, which is roughly what I said, about a third. And from 27 inches down to 18. So that's exactly what I said. Now without this feet, or if I went thinner feet, I could probably bring that down to 17 or something like that. I could always do that if I really want thinner feet. Yeah, I could probably do that. Use like 1x2 pieces of wood instead of 2x3 pieces of wood. And then that's it. We should tackle the tube and see what happens. You know what, guys? After thinking about it and seeing how big the feet are, I'm gonna make it a is this 1x3 or is this 1x4? 1x3 feet, and that's good enough, because you never really know exactly what you wanted until you finish, and then you can kind of look at it and play. I don't need 1.5 inch tall feet. This is good enough, 1 inch, and the bolt is actually thinner than that, so this will work. It'll bring the size of the whole thing from 18 down to 17 or 16 and 7/8, that type of thing, which makes it a lot more better. It took me literally 10 minutes, and I had already this piece of wood to do, so it's not a big deal. It literally took 60 seconds just to cut it. Now I'm just going to give it a paint, and then that's it. I'll see you guys after. Okay guys, we are finished, or I'm finished, whatever. So I just decided just to spray paint the edges and then the bottom edge, and that's what it looks like. I haven't filled up any of the holes yet, but I'll do that whenever. I put the Teflon pads on, I put the small feet on. Not sure if you can see that. And let's do a final measurement and wait. Okay, so from the bottom of the feet, it's like 17.25 inch tall. Weight is same, 19.5 pounds. Okay, so the next minor thing I'm gonna do is just take out this handle here, and then on this side, we have the dovetail bracket for the finder scope, which I don't need. I am going to use my Rigel finder scope, so I'm not going to need this guy. I'll keep it in case I need it for the future, but yeah, right now, I mean, I know it probably weighs 1 ounce, but it's not the, it's not the main reason. It's just there's no point having it if I'm not going to use it. I could always put it later on some other time if I ever sell it or that kind of thing, but right now, let's get rid of it. Okay. Let's see if I can get this guy. It's kind of tight. It's just spinning inside. Okay, I gotta get a wrench. Okay, next, let's get these side bearings off. Okay, I got these off now, so let's put them down. Okay, so we got those side bearings off. I'm just gonna put this guy over here. I just want to kind of dry fit it and see how this goes. It's gonna probably go like that, but I believe I should take, it's gonna need to be at least 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches off the floorboards. So let me go put a piece of wood. Here's the previous feet that I've done, which is 1.5 inches. These are 2x3s, so they're not real 2 inches. And let me take it off first. Slide those pieces under. Now, let's put this guy back. And it's going to be about like that.
Keep it straight. Like that. Okay, so it's going to be like that.
I can actually kind of eyeball right now. I think it has to be more than 1.5 inches because when you tilt it, of course, the bottom is going to, I think, 1.5 inches is not enough. I think I got to go to 1.75 inches at least. Put another 1/2 inch down there. Let me take these out. That looks much better.
Put this back. Just dry fit it again. Okay. So it's going to be like that. Yeah, that looks much better. Like that. Okay.
I think what I'm just going to do for now, before I start drilling anything, is I'm just going to, with pencil, I'm going to outline these where the side bearings are going to go. Then I'm gonna test it. And then see if it's gonna clear. Because there's no point drilling and then find out half an inch or something like that where it's still touching, and then I gotta raise it again and then have to put more screws into it. So let me do that first. I think it might be easier for me to take out the mirror and then I can move it so it's not heavy at all. With the mirror, it's gonna be a bit trickier or heavier. Okay, let's take out the mirror. Okay, here's the mirror. And let's put it down. I just put a shower curtain over it loosely, just to protect it from dust or anything. Okay guys, so basically all I did was just kind of lift it up to where the side bearings are and then check for balance, and it seems to be, looks like it will go. So I think I'm just going to drill a couple screws, a couple pilot holes where it needs to go, and then let's fasten them back together. Okay, first I'm just drilling small little holes with a small pilot. Now I'm just going to match what size holes these are to the original one, and looks like it's at least just one size bigger than a 1/4 inch, and let's just drill them. Okay guys, looks good to me. Just touch this up, just give this a little clean, any debris. Okay, let me put the mirror back on, clean up. Okay, we're going to put the mirror back in. Okay everyone, so let's try it out. Put it on. Okay, so let me twist it towards you guys. And here we go. Here goes nothing. And just clears it. Of course, it's not balanced now, which is to be expected. But remember too, okay, let's put this guy here. Once I cut, so the next thing to do is I'm going to cut it about here, and then I'm going to cut it probably, let's say there. And then all this is going to come out. So that might help balance, well, a fraction. I have to put counterbalance or weights on the bottom of it, but it's not too bad. It doesn't feel like it's overly. Of course, if I drop it, it's going to go, but that's it for now. So let me see how far this video is going to be right now. And then if this video is becoming too long, we'll cut that part on part 3. So that's what's left, is cut both parts. What I do have to do is I gotta go to a welding place or a metal working place. And what I'm gonna do is take this metal edger out. So I need one, once I cut this guy, it's gonna be on the bottom of the tube or the upper cage to give it support. Otherwise it's gonna be too bendy. And then I need a second one for where the bottom rocker, the top part, is to give that stiffness too. So I gotta see who can customize like a ring here that I can then screw. So I need 2 of those. So that is gonna be the tricky part because I really don't know anybody. So I'm just gonna have to Google it and see what I can find and how much it's gonna cost. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do right now is I wanna know how tall it is for the record. Okay, so for the record, the tube is 56.5 inches tall. So whatever I do after I cut it, my poles have to be 56.5 to be exactly the same length as this guy. I don't want to change. By making it longer, it's going to change the focus point. If I change it lower, it's going to also change it. So I don't want to do that. So I want to basically be right on.